Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we have the Anshan in the Build and Play Guide. But this is a Pan-Asian destroyer, but in reality, it's a Russian Genevi, right? Or a Fushan, because a Fushan is also a Genevi as well, or Genevi as well. But this is a better version of Fushan. Like I said, not trying to sell a ship, just showcasing it for you guys. Now, for a commander, I would actually recommend building a Zen Bing on this and taking the twist and track here. Now, the reason I don't is I have a Zen Bing built for Northern Dragon, and obviously, like everybody right now, there's not many Pan Asian commanders, so nothing I could do about it. So we are using Sai Chang for this build, and we're using Bay and Swirsky. And as you can see here, we're using contact as image. Look at me now, perceptive and smoke on the water. The reason we're building into detection is because of the torps on this thing. I will show you. This thing is a pretty darn good boat, in my opinion, but it is kind of a unique in one facet here is on the upgrades. You definitely want to take turret traverse 100%. I know that hurts your aim a little bit, but just trust me, take your turret traverse. You'll see here in a second. Prop mod in slot 2. And it has this upgrade where you could upgrade to deep water torps, which will hurt your reload, give you extra range, and slow them down quite a bit. I would now played with both, right? I would stick without the upgrade, and I would use the regular short torps. And the reason is you can use them on other destroyers, and also they are screamer torps. But if you want the deep water torps for the extra range, I get it. I'm just not a person. I would much rather have the regular torps that can hit destroyers. That's a big thing for me. For your consumables, you have 2 smokes and 2 engine boosts. And this engine boost on the top of the top speed that this thing has makes it a lot of fun. Survivability, 14.4 health. I think that's kind of average, but the guns are not average. Anshan has similar stats on a 5-second reload. This thing is 3.5. So this thing has incredible guns on it, in my opinion. It's the strongest thing about the ship, except for the 180 turn, the turret traverse on this thing to get your gun swung around. It's still, even when you know it's bad, it still catches you off guard. So, but they are really good. The HE is really good. The AP is good. Everything about the guns other than a turret traverse is good. Torpedoes, like I said, these are the stock ones without uh, the mod to switch them to deep water. And I could see an argument both ways, but me personally, I like to affect destroyers. Plus, at 80 knots at tier 5, these are screamer torps, right? These are going to hurt and get there very quickly. And you're going to find as a player, and this is something I didn't know for a long time when I first started. When your torp range is shorter, you generally get more accuracy because you're closer in and people get to do less stuff with them, right? Against them. So, but I did try out both just to see. In fact, the match you guys are going to see, I think I had deep water torps on. Um, haven't had the world's best matches in this today because of the way matchmaking is, but AA defense is not great. It just isn't. Maneuverability, this thing is a rocket at tier 5 at 38. Um, 38 knots, decent turning circle and rudder. Like I said, this is you can use this as a torp boat, in my opinion, or a gunboat, and it's good at both. I think it's a stronger gunboat than it is a torp boat, but it is. I kind of play it mixed. I play it a hybrid of it, I guess. Concealment 5.2, which is pretty decent for a quote unquote Russian destroyer, and for all my stats here, we'll take a look at that. Like I said, 15 matches in it. Um, a lot of them were early on matches that I had, like from when I first originally got it. But still, even said, I'm doing pretty well in this, doing okay in this ship. It's pretty solid at getting other destroyer grid of other destroyers given the opportunity. And these stats will definitely go up in this thing, honestly, because now that I'm a better player. But armor here, you can see it's a destroyer. It has none, so keep that in mind when you're playing. Don't get hit if you don't need to. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. And with that over, we are on fault line here, guys. So we're going to go in and work on spotting. This is a match, one of the matches where I did, I think, like 3 or 4. Yeah, 4 or 5 actually. And I think I split the torpedoes up like 2 and 2. Basically, I can assure you this is one of the matches with deep water torps. For my playstyle, I definitely, as you can see, the torps have good firing angles. I definitely prefer the short range torps, the normal torps, so that you can hit other destroyers. And you're going to see here, I have deep waters on, and I could have used these short ones in a much better way, I personally think. So we're going to come in here. Instead of going straight forward to the right of that island, you're going to get yourself spotted a lot of times doing that. So you got to come to the middle a little bit. So you have a little bit of distance between that other destroyer generally. You can see here, we see the destroyer is smoking up. And we out-detect him, so we're going to get the first shots. But sadly, the turret traverse, as what I talked about, it's bad on this thing. It's the only negative thing about it, so we're going to go unspotted. And we're going to see that he has people shooting at him. We're going to drop some torps out. We have people that or his team is helping him. We didn't get much help at first. This guy's been spotted for a while, and this is why I love double detection. Right? This guy's getting spotted. He's getting hurt, and now we're in a super winnable fight. And actually, right here, to be honest, we're gonna smoke up, and because we think I actually thought he was spotted by our team, so I thought, oh, we could kill him and not lose any health. So sadly, here we're gonna lose detection on him, but we have a shot at a Gano, and you're gonna see, even though I'm sitting in the smoke cloud here, and I know there's a destroyer. First of all, I can see where he is with my located perk. And also, I'm going to keep moving in the smoke cloud. Now, granted, I probably should point my nose in a little bit. But you can see we're citadeling a Gano right now. And we are definitely taking him out, right? If we had a little bit more accurate salvos, he would have been gone even earlier. But you can see we're going to get rid of a Gano pretty quickly here. And we know now that the destroyer is kind of right in front of us, so if he torped, he's probably torped into the other side of the smoke. And now we're going to use our main guns here to work on New Mexico. There is no reason for me to go charge out there when we know this New Mexico is willing to shoot at us, right? If I can get him weakened down before I get into a fight with the destroyer, it's a good thing, right? Or get him sidetracked on something else where he can't see me. And you're going to see here, that detection is actually going to hurt that destroyer again because he's going to get himself spotted here in a second. We know where he's at. You can see I'm now more pointing where the torps would come from. And lo and behold, there he is. And we're going to go ahead and work on trying to get rid of him. And this whole time, we have not had to put ourselves at too much risk. And at this low tier, it's pretty easy to, at tier 5, you gotta be careful. There are some good players at tier 5, obviously, but for the most part, you're gonna be able to run across not as strong opponents as you would at like tier 8, for example, or tier 7. So you can get away with a little bit more. We're gonna gunboat this guy and try to gunboat him down. Like I said, it was really handy to out-detect him and let our team hit him for a little bit. And while our turret traverse wasn't as good as I had hoped for, it caught me off guard even having used it. So just remember, your turret traverse is rough. So nice thing about located, you always know where the closest enemy is so that you can have your guns pointed at him, but I really kind of fudged on that one when we first saw that destroyer. Otherwise, he would have been dead pretty quick if I had my guns on target right away. That being said, New Mexico has proved he's going to be shooting me. So, seems like a solid player. I don't want to be getting into a gunfight with a battleship currently right now at a disadvantage. And you can see there's a destroyer back there. And you're going to see I decide to, I'm going to go back and try to help that destroyer here in a minute. Or get rid of that destroyer. It's the only one left since we got rid of the other one. Also, our destroyer is going to go work on torping them. Now, remember, I have deep water torps, so knowing that that German destroyer was right in front of my smoke cloud, I could have dropped torps and probably taken them out that way, or dropped them when we spotted him first, and then torps would have come in much handier than what I'm going to do with these deep water torps. Not that they're bad, but, you know, people dodge torps, right? So I would much rather have the quick short ones where they get to the target real fast before people can start dodging. Even though they're short, you could get people caught and have them taken out of. That being said, in the meantime of us going back over to get rid of that destroyer, we're going to go ahead and just head over here. Now we see another battleship coming in to charge, and what I'm trying to do here is spot that other battleship for our team and maybe get some people to shoot at them, but it's not happening, even though, you know, we have a battleship that has his broadside and isn't shooting. That's okay. We're going to get ready to, you can see we're heading back for the destroyer. He pops out right there, and again, we're going to work on focusing him down to get rid of him, because as your job as a destroyer, you should be spotting and getting rid of other destroyers and playing caps. Like, that's your big three things in that, in a destroyer. Now, if you're a good enough player where you can do all that and get some damage, that's always a good thing, right? But the main thing is, if you're a beginner in this game, spot, help get rid of destroyers, get caps. Like, that's always a big thing. Now we've gotten rid of both destroyers. We have stuff over here to shoot, and we're just going to go ahead and farm. And in this match, I was trying to compare the HE versus AP, so you're going to see me not switch as much as I should here. I definitely should have used a little bit more AP. The AP on this thing on a broadside battleship is good, but the HE is as well good too, and it has a really good fire chance for what it is. And I got pretty unlucky with the fire chances you're going to see here. Also, I'm going to for a minute here while I was looking at the rest of the map. There's going to be a part where there's going to be a fire in the middle of the ship, and like an idiot, I keep shooting right into the middle of the ship. Not starting because I'm actually kind of paying attention to what's going on at the cap. I know this is bad, but you can... for the enemy team, but you never know, it can turn around. This New Mexico has proven he's not a terrible player because he was trying to get rid of a destroyer, right? In our team on this side is behind island, so he hasn't had much to shoot at either, but to be fair, he probably was a decent player and didn't get to do much in this game because he wasn't much spotted. But you see, we were unlucky. We're the ones that didn't get the fires. But I will say, generally, you will get a lot of fires with this thing. You know, or more than what we got in this match. I was just trying to test out the HE. You can see we get one there finally. We got unlucky with that. But again, if you shoot superstructure in particular on a battleship, these AP, if you get a broadside, you're going to do a lot of damage to a battleship, even with your AP. So, again, AP in this thing, I know because the HE is probably pretty good. People probably won't even touch AP, but it is really good. And also, because it's Russian, you can see we don't have to lob. Like, it's pretty easy to aim these guns, which is really helpful in a destroyer, particularly at this class, or at tier 5, I mean. But you can see here, getting pretty close. We sent them torpedoes out in a good spot, and you can see, I think we're going to get our only torpedo hit of the match. So, Like I said, to me the close-in torps would have been much handier. Especially like right now, because you'd be driving into them, we could have just launched a whole spread on him. They would have got there instantly. He would have been able to dodge to only take one of them. It's just what I mean, and we would have been able to probably do something to that destroyer. Again, relatively, I mean, it's up to the player, I guess. But for me, I definitely would take that. You're gonna see here. We do get the we do see he had 2 fires on. We're gonna switch to AP really quick, but it's already too late. So, but anyway, a very good tier 5 destroyer, one of my favorites actually in the game. So really good. We clearly helped our team win by getting rid of them 2 destroyers. We ended up top of leaderboard. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time. Have a good one.